Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. I hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. As always, leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing helps the channel's algorithm. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. At the moment, there's a lot, as always, happening not only within the cryptocurrency space, but in the world around us. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin price yet again slips to 40,000. Will altcoin season end before it even starts? That's very clever of them. Bitcoin nears $40,000, Ethereum below 3,000 US dollars. Altcoins are currently in the red. Bitcoin falls to 40K. Will Bitcoin revisit 37,500? 37,500 being the number that we heard before was the current floor as to as low as Bitcoin would go. And we've seen it go a couple of times and then it bounces off of it and moves back up to $40,000. It says, despite Bitcoin slipping under 41,000, active users are growing. This is constant. No matter what happens, no matter when Bitcoin's price has fallen down, we've gone over the exact same information multiple times that Bitcoin is still fundamentally doing just fine. New users, new addresses. The mining hash rate is once again at a brand new all-time high, even from just a couple of days ago, and people are still using the network as expected. The issue appears to be, everyone out there, for those of you not looking at the screen, if you can, that'd be great, because I'm pretty certain that because of the algorithm, I cannot say any of these things. That's just how the platform works. So yeah, the thing that we were talking about 5 or 6 days ago that we heard might happen and therefore was apparently or allegedly moving down the stock market is also moving down the cryptocurrency market. We had news 2 days ago that it might not happen. As you saw, cryptocurrency prices go back up. We went from 40,000 back to 44,000, something or other, very recently. However, the current news is that this might actually happen. And as such, stock markets around the world and subsequently the cryptocurrency market have also fallen as well. The really interesting part being that there is clearly a very strong correlation now between the cryptocurrency market and the stock market. Why there's a direct correlation, I'm not really sure. It could simply be like we've spoken about before. A lot of major players, very wealthy people who were previously into stocks are now into the cryptocurrency market. So therefore, if they see a sell-off there, they initiate some type of a sell-off here. So as it stands right now, this is clearly the reason for prices dropping. No one knows what's going to happen. If you even look at the title of this article and then directly below it, it says what's currently going on. For those of you who are not looking at the screen and maybe listening to me as you were walking down the street, just know that something, I can't say it, and it's actually kind of ridiculous because of how the algorithm works. Something is currently taking place that will affect many people and is currently affecting world markets. So that appears to be the reason as to why prices went down. I scoured the news over the last 24 hours. There was nothing negative going on at all. Nothing within the market, no coins having a slowdown or any jams or 51% attacks or any other thing like that. This is clearly the reason why. On top of that, which I found to be actually quite funny, there were almost as many articles talking about the prices going down as there were about the prices talking about them going up. It says Ethereum to hit this level by year end. Ethereum price is primed for a 2x. Here are the levels to watch. This one says Bitcoin will rally dramatically when this happens, according to Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary. He believes that once we have proper cryptocurrency regulations, that's when prices will skyrocket to $100, $200, $300, $400, $500,000 per Bitcoin. He believes, as you may have seen the trend over the last month or so, there is, for some reason, at this moment, there are a large number of countries out there who are releasing cryptocurrency regulations. The idea being that this will be the year, finally, maybe, that we will see across the board, every country has some type of a comprehensive rule kind of thing. We just had news yesterday that Coinbase and All the other major crypto exchanges have now created a new foundation or are following something called Trust. Trust? Why couldn't I spell trust? TRUST. Basically dealing with anti-money laundering when it comes to cryptocurrencies. And therefore, I think also this year we are expected to see some type of a U.S. regulation being put forth, because the major point being that allegedly tons of other institutions want or need direct, explicit cryptocurrency regulations before they get into the market. We've heard many times before from Kevin Leary that the crypto market won't move anywhere unless we have regulations, but we moved up like $40,000 in Bitcoin's price since he first mentioned that. So it's a little bit of a lie, but he believes that like the only way for us to go anywhere is to have regulations. And on top of that, it says Bitcoin difficulty reaches all-time high, hash rate up 45% in 6 months. Once again, reaching a brand new all-time high. The Bitcoin network is quite healthy if you want to look at metrics in this way. As far as people who are plugging in their machines to mine extra Bitcoin, people who are buying up Bitcoin from cryptocurrency exchanges, locking it away, storing it away, all the whale addresses who continue to buy every single day, the new institutions who are getting into the space and buying up tons of Bitcoin, which I also find, once again, bringing it back a little tiny bit. We had that news sometime last year as well, where Kevin O'Leary was like, the prices won't move anywhere until we actually have regulations. Like, institutions simply aren't buying, but all we get is news every single day that institutions are buying. So grain of salt, I guess. Anyway, that's all the price news. It was basically the exact same kind of rundown that we've seen before. Something bad has happened. Prices have slipped. If we get any news or indication that things might get better, we're going to have cryptocurrency prices moving back up. But I do feel a bit, the word isn't annoyed. It's more of the fact that there is a correlation to the stock market when there should not be one at all is a little odd. Anyway, that's all the price news. And yeah, let's move on. One of the most popular news stories of the day, publicly listed company Self-Wealth has reportedly become the first Australian online share trading platform to offer cryptocurrency investing after announcing a big deal with the local exchange BTC Markets. In an interview with Cointelegraph, BTC Markets CEO Caroline Bowler stated that investors will be able to trade 5 primary crypto assets starting in Q2 2022, pending approval from the Australian financial regulator, AUSTRAC. Okay, both Self-Wealth and BTC Markets were unable to provide a comment on which crypto assets would be available for purchase until regulators give the green light, but it is reasonably likely that the market will, I'm sure they're going to be adding Bitcoin and Ethereum. That just seems, Self-Wealth, Australia's 4th largest online brokerage platform, announced its journey into crypto in July of last year, with the $8 billion broker releasing a report outlining that 30% of its users were already investing in cryptocurrency, while another 38% were looking to invest in the future. So therefore, they needed to make sure that they're on that platform, because if people who are using their platform want access to something and they're not giving them access to that thing, therefore Self-Wealth is then losing money. I do not live in Australia, so I do not understand exactly how large this platform is there. But usually we've gotten news before of companies doing something similar, getting into the cryptocurrency space, offering cryptocurrency, buying to their clients, what have you. Why this particular one was one of the most popular news stories of the day, I don't think I'll ever actually find out. I mean, it's really cool. Like, I love that these things keep happening. But I think the really weird part is a lot of people, for some reason, don't understand that they can accumulate or buy crypto themselves. It only seems like whenever there's a brand new, you know what I mean, platform that comes out that announces that they also have crypto, you can also buy it there. I still think a lot of people don't understand that they can control their own finances, use their own cryptocurrency, and also send money around the world at will with crypto right now. but they go through companies. I don't know, maybe they feel safer. I'm not really exactly sure. Maybe I've just been in the market for too long and I know how things work. Anyway, so that's the self-wealth news. If you live in Australia, is this amazing? Is this something you've been waiting for? Does Australia also have a restriction? Remember the other countries we've heard about before? I think South Korea and Japan being two of them, where if you want to get into the market, you kind of have to only use those cryptocurrency exchanges that are currently available within those borders. Is Australia the same? Are you pressed for variety when it comes to investing? Anyway, this was one of the most popular news stories of the day. I think it's cool, but most popular, a bit of a stretch. Anyway, that's the self-wealth news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, crypto adoption is sweeping across traditional financial institutions. Sequoia Capital has launched a new investment fund focused on crypto tokens, according to a report. The 50-year-old venture capital firm is looking to raise between $500 million and $600 million for the fund. Wow, must be nice. American news outlet Axios has reported that Sequoia Capital is looking to dip its feet completely in crypto. Oh, that's funny. Normally it's like dip a toe. So they want to get their whole... Okay. The fund, which is Sequoia's first sector-specific fund, will invest across the entire crypto ecosystem. They will be investing in Layer 1, Layer 2, centralized finance, payments, gaming, Web3, non-fungible tokens, DeFi, as well as consumer and enterprise infrastructure. I would just have said just the crypto ecosystem, because that would have made sense. They said this fund will let us manage these tokens differently, from staking to voting rights and having a say on governance. Alfred Lin, a partner at Sequoia, said. The report is coming after Sequoia revealed that it would be changing its investment strategy last year. Lin revealed that last year, over 20% of more than $22 billion Sequoia Capital invested last year was into crypto startups. So that's why, once again, why I don't understand what Kevin O'Leary is really talking about when he's like that none of the institutions are there. We've heard of at least 128 of them, at least, over the last 2 years, who are definitely into crypto. I think it would be a little weird to assume that there are multi-billion-dollar companies and or funds who are like, come on, regulators, because we see other companies doing it quite easily. What's the major difference between Sequoia Capital doing it and Tesla doing it? Why can Tesla do it, but you think that Amazon can't do it? You think that, once again, when we heard about Facebook first getting into crypto, I was like, does everyone think that Facebook is not buying Bitcoin in some sort of way? So anyway, that's the Sequoia Capital news. We've heard about them a couple of other times before. They're not as large as the Novogratz company or the Cathy Woods, whatever Woods story about her company buying it up as well. $500 million is a gigantic amount of money. This is what I'm talking about. When I think we hear these numbers, but in the cryptocurrency space, I think we're so used to hearing them that they no longer really glimmer and shine as if they would have around 7 or 8 years ago. Any type of news that one company is going to be raising at least $500 million to buy up, like when they talk about buying these other like layers and stuff like that, like they're buying the actual tokens to invest in these actual projects. Like they said that they want to also stake. So we can only assume that they're going to be buying at least $200 to $300 million worth of coins as well to be able to also make passive income on the side. They're also buying NFTs and, so anyway, once again, this is major news. This is actually quite significant because once again, another fund has come forward. Don't forget the other companies, remember before, who were raising debt to also buy crypto. They were like, we want to raise $500 million, and they ended up raising $1.5 billion and then use that the next day to just sweep up the cryptocurrency market. So this is why, once again, prices are just not really making sense. Anyway, that's the Sequoia Capital news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, following yesterday's news, 2 U.S. states are on the verge of becoming the first few U.S. states to permit people to pay state taxes with crypto. Arizona and Wyoming state lawmakers are considering passing legislation that would allow taxpayers to pay their taxes using cryptocurrencies. I know it sounds familiar. We'll get there. The Arizona proposal would have the state acknowledge Bitcoin as a legal tender to pay debts, public charges, and dues. On the other hand, the Wyoming bill would only allow crypto token payments for sales and use taxes. For sale, does that mean you'd be able to legally buy stuff with crypto in Wyoming? It says sales. Okay. But unlike the bill from the Arizona legislators, the Wyoming legislation will not be limited to any cryptocurrency. And this is once again following the news that we had yesterday about Colorado trying to do the exact same thing. So this is going off quicker than I assumed that it would. I thought, Colorado would be the only one for a very long time, but alas, here we are. I wonder how well these states would do if they made sure that Arizona, Wyoming, and Colorado had very favorable cryptocurrency laws in comparison to, like, let's say it, New York. Because there's been so many companies who have left New York over the last couple of years because either their tax rate is insanely high or also because of the bit license. So, and I'm pretty sure we've also had news before of one or two other cryptocurrency Bitcoin mining companies who've also moved a little bit Midwest or simply out West because they have more favorable energy consumption laws and or prices and or cryptocurrency rules. So cool, go for it. If they are the first, they will not be the last. This is eventually going to be everywhere on the planet. So cool. You go, Glen Coco. Yeah. Anyway, that's the Arizona, Wyoming, and Colorado news. And I'm really, this would be fine if this was the last we heard about them. But I have a very strange feeling this is going to be like a mayor of Miami kind of thing where other states are going to get into it. And then they're all going to like brag that they were the first to be able to do so. And then you're going to have like one state, I'm going to say West Virginia. I don't know why. Who's going to like try and like one up them like by a lot to be like, well, you can buy Bitcoin with anything and kind of, because anyway, remember all the whole mayors, not governors. One of them, accepted one paycheck and then the other one said 3 paychecks and the other one was like, I'll become Bitcoin myself. So anyway, that's the U.S. states racing to get you to pay taxes in cryptocurrencies news. It's what it is. And yeah. Let's move on. And to finish things off, data shows that millennials in the United States are flocking to alternative financing methods, such as crypto assets, to boost their financial well-being. A report titled The State of Consumer Banking and Payments by Morning Consult in January found that millennials are adopting new technologies to help them make financial decisions at a higher rate than any other generation. The author of the report, financial services analyst Charlotte Principato, combined data from 50,000 different respondents to monthly surveys conducted. Wow, I'm going to try to say coordinated. In the U.S. and internationally from July to December of last year. First of all, backing that up, that is a great number. 50,000 is actually pretty cool. Remember before, multiple times, we've had surveys where they're like, they surveyed people and 89% of respondents say they hate cryptocurrencies, they're not going to touch it. But 35% of those 89% believe that by the end of the year, they could potentially buy crypto. And then you see how many people they actually surveyed and it was like 800. And it's like, oh, the U.S. has like almost 400 million people, right? Anyway, I was just discussing this with my friend. Hello, friend. About, first of all, inflation. Anybody? The prices of things. I think that, hear me out on this one. This is just how I feel about it. The other generations had it relatively easier than we currently have it. Not to say that, they were skipping on the beach and stuff like that. But when you talk about a home costing like $15,000 for a 3-bedroom house, as opposed to like 1.8 million for a 2-bedroom house with neighbors directly breathing down your neck, is a bit of a huge difference. I think a lot of this sparked around 2017 when I think people realized that they could have gotten into the cryptocurrency space earlier, but didn't, so decided to enter into the cryptocurrency market. But I think even now, the rush that we see from young people who are getting into either Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFTs, or the metaverse is because we know that many other traditional assets don't simply have the return that cryptocurrencies do. I recently, hello friend again, was looking at a property online, or rather like one of those, like when you walk by one of those places and they have like the photos of like the real estate that they're selling and stuff like that. And I don't even have to give you the exact numbers. Basically, to buy the place, it was around $300,000. But because of the way that the land fees or the HOA fees were structured, according to the rent of the person who was currently living inside of it, you made $150 per month. That was it. And we were like, you can make so much more on any other digital asset right now. I mean, you can go across the board. Even if you listen, I don't like Tron. You can even look at Tron like on a weekly basis. It might go up by 3 or 4%. That's a lot more than you're making from even buying that property. So I think we're obviously going to continue seeing a lot more young people, if you will, getting further into the cryptocurrency space because the old markets are terrible. Only the super wealthy can buy like certain portions of real estate at this point. And, there's just no, like, when you look at how things are, I think there's a type of, the word isn't, maybe emergency that people are feeling when they go to the supermarket and see that prices have risen by like 45%. When they look and like get that letter, hey, your rent is going up by $300 and like your income didn't double in the last year. I'm just going to assume, I mean, if you are that one person out there whose income has doubled, I give you golf clap because everyone else, it hasn't worked out that way. So I assume that even just the 50,000 respondents, I assume a lot more than that are actually getting into cryptocurrency because I think every single person I know under the age, I'm going to say 33, 34, 35, because I know one 35-year-old we were just talking about who doesn't really like finance. Everyone else is into crypto. Every single one. In some sort of way, because they know that it's one of the easiest ways to be. Anyway, I'm rambling on. So, here's a little chart right here as well. It says household cryptocurrency ownership. I think it's just my opinion, just the most logical because, there aren't many other very easy ways to get into these things, or other markets are also quite restrictive to get into, like opening up like a brokerage thing to try and like trade stocks and stuff like that. But also, once again, like even dividend stocks, they get you, 3.6% per year. If you look at like staking on certain like cryptocurrency platforms, they get you like 15% per year. Why would you be in the other ones? Anyway, I love that baby boomers is like at the very bottom. It kind of just makes a lot of sense. Anyway, that's the household cryptocurrency millennials realizing that we don't have many more options left, so we got to invest in crypto news. And yeah, let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters, GBU Wally, formerly known as Professor Wally, Darren Davis, How's Life Austin, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on, Chris, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor, Fudd, Wiser, Mortified, Roman, Geba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony, Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red Plum Tomato, Umnu, Wish Nikki, the letter M, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos was like, Mo Barazi, Jojo Shaw Show, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolet, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Bitty, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Auspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila Bahan, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal, Rita, Bibliophobia, Todd, Mullis, Adam, Graysick, Mohamaroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Garner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller His Chest Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Yes to crypto. Bodie McBoatface. Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner staff. Bake me a cake. Tigger Ramacho Nisa. All crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. I do appreciate it very much. Thank you to everyone who has left a like, has commented, has subscribed. Welcome to all the new subscriptions out there. At the moment, Bitcoin is currently at $40,915. It is down by 5%. It's a lot better. It was, before I started the video, it was down by 8 or 9%. You can see the movement upward, like the market is trying to recover. I think the reasons of us moving down are completely nonsensical. It has to be very wealthy people who are just who are afraid of news like that, and therefore they move the market down with an expectation that other people would also be selling, but it's probably more than likely just them. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 coins that are actually up, not the stable coins, of course. Okay, Clayton's up by 1%. I was like, okay, something has to be. And Helium, logically, is up by 2.31% as well. Well, I mean, we have no choice. We'll see what happens this weekend. We'll see what happens in the world this weekend. Just because, you know, the word imminent usually means imminent. So, despite all the madness, I do sincerely hope that you're all doing okay. Do something nice for yourself. Go have fun in some sort of way because, you know, stress. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.